Hey everybody, it's Tim again, and thank you for coming back to this channel. It's simply Tim Lammers if you want to subscribe. And I have a review this time of Bela Lugosi is Dracula, their collectible desktop tiny terrors from the Retro-a-go-go website. These are exclusive to Retro-a-go-go. 4.5 inches of ghoulish gore, as they tease. And as you can see by the art on the box, the likeness is really, really good on these figures. So what I'm going to do is pop them out of the box, and we're going to take a look and talk about the desktop tiny terrors of Bela Lugosi. And here's a closer look at the Bela Lugosi Tiny Desktop Terrors from Retro-a-go-go. Again, this is an exclusive to this company. They actually have the Bela Lugosi license, so good for them. I mean, it just seems like we just don't get nearly enough merchandise from the estate of Bela Lugosi, or I should say approved by the estate. Clearly, they are taking advantage of the license here, because if you look at the figures, and I would consider them figures even though there's no articulated parts, the likeness of Bela is just terrific, both in the color version and in the black and white version. Again, if you look at them, they're more or less like, some people might want to think that they're bobbleheads. I don't know about that. I mean, they're just figures that, more for desktop use. Nice little stand that they include there that says Bela Lugosi is Dracula. Again, there's no difference as far as variants are concerned with this and the color version. Let me put this guy back up here. It's the exact same figure, except for it's just molded in color. And there is actually one more version that I didn't get that is also colored, but the colors are a little more funky. I just like to go with the straight up color and black and white look at these figures. But let me put these back, and I'm going to give you a 360 tour of both these figures. Now here's a 360 look at Bela Lugosi is Dracula. Again, these are 4.5 inches high, with a larger head. Kind of has that bobblehead sort of feel, but the heads don't actually bobble. But again, man, if you're a Lugosi fan, this is just the absolute coolest stuff. Now, Retro-a-go-go, I'll have to admit I hadn't heard of them until a few months back, but they're doing some really, really cool things with the Bela Lugosi license. Naturally, you're going to get t-shirts. They have buttons, different things like that. They actually have a few Bela Lugosi masks that are packaged in deluxe packaging. And at the after I get through looking at these figures, I will tell you all about them. But again, I am just really psyched that we're seeing more and more Bela Lugosi product out there. Of course, Universal Studios owns the rights to Dracula, but oftentimes what will happen is you'll see a Dracula figure licensed by Universal, but the likeness of Lugosi isn't there. With Karloff Enterprises, I think it's called, Lon Chaney and Enterprises, as well as the Lugosi estate. You have to get them to sign off on the likeness of your figures and get the licensing rights to reproduce things that look like Bela, that look like Boris Karloff, that look like Lon Chaney Jr., before you can actually go ahead and produce these things. So, again, I'm really happy that Retro-a-go-go has that license, and what can I say? This is exciting. And, just within a couple weeks, I got these, and I also got from Jada Next Level the 6-inch Bela Lugosi as Dracula figure as he appeared on Broadway. And I'm going to include that link down below. So please subscribe to this channel if you can. It's simply youtube.com/Tim Lammers Films. And I'm going to pull out these masks from Retro-a-go-go that look really, really cool. And here's the mask from the Bela Lugosi as Dracula from Retro-a-go-go. And apologize for the shaky cam. I'm doing this handheld here. But again, it has not, it's no universal branding on this. Again, this is coordinated through the Bela Lugosi estate. So I don't know what the qualifications are there, but obviously, whenever you see Universal Monster stuff, they all have this uniform packaging, which clearly they don't have here. Now, there's nothing really to show on the back because it's just plain white. I think this was really created not so much for, Halloween costume for adults, although I think it would look pretty cool. I think it's more or less for the collector who can mount this sort of stuff on their wall. Again, this was produced in black and white as well as color. I got this for around 20 bucks. I'm sure that, and the cool thing about Retro-a-go-go, they got different sales that are going on all the time. You could probably get it for less than that. And it really is a heck of a deal and a great collector's piece if you're interested in that. And here's a look at the Bela Lugosi is Igor mask. Of course, that was from Son of Frankenstein. And of course, he appeared again in Ghost of Frankenstein with Lon Chaney Jr. What else can I say? Again, great packaging, coordinated again through the Bela Lugosi estate. Doesn't look like Universal had any involvement in this one whatsoever. Again, like the Dracula one, this was also produced in black and white. Now, I only purchased a color one for both of these, but again, depending on whether they're in stock or not, I'm certainly going to grab the other ones because they're great display pieces. I mean, you can really see that these are sturdy boxes that, back in the old days when we were kids, we would have ripped it open and the box would have gone in the garbage and everything else. But clearly Retro-a-go-go is going retro for the collector here. So again, same cost as the Lugosi as Dracula mask. Maybe a little bit cheaper. Again, it all depends. Retro-a-go-go seems to be a great place for sales that go on. I do believe this one was just before Halloween, so I got a really decent price on this. Otherwise, I think they're going to run you about $20, which again, for what you're getting, definitely is worth full price. And here's one last look at the Bela Lugosi is Dracula tiny desktop tears, again, 4.5 inches tall. Great caricature figures with a terrific likeness of Bela Lugosi. Didn't mention the price before. I believe this runs up there around 15, 16 bucks, but it was marked down to $12 a piece when I actually ordered these. And then on top of that, again, depending on what kind of sale you got going on, you could get each of these for a lot cheaper. And I would suggest doing that. I mean, at 12 bucks, definitely worth the cost. I'm hoping that Retro-a-go-go continues to produce this monster movie stuff, especially Bela. Especially Bela. I can see a lot more coming down the pike with these guys as long as they have the license. Now let's just cross our fingers and hope that they can get the license for the Lon Chaney Jr. Likeness for the Wolfman and for Frankenstein perhaps, and certainly Boris Karloff for Frankenstein, so we can see a lot more of this stuff. I'm really happy that, you have independent companies, smaller collectible focus companies like Retro-a-go-go, like Jada Next Level, like NECA, they're coming out with their version, 7-inch version of Dracula. That's coming up here soon. It's really a great time to be a monster kid and a collector and get this stuff finally that you can add to your collection. That's it for this week. Happy hunting, everybody, and we'll talk again soon.